previously the data was mostly structured and the quantity of data was also small. It was in megabytes and petabytes. Okay. And also this data was being generated very gradually, that is very slowly. Okay. But with time, the data started increasing. But when the data was small, it could be easily stored in the relational databases in a structured format. But today, the data is unstructured. It is in multiple formats. It can be text, it can be voice, it can be videos, it can be images, it can be anything. Okay, so it is in multiple different formats. And also this data is being generated very fast. It is growing exponentially. Okay, so this data is globally present. That is, it is distributed across multiple places. Okay, it cannot be stored at one place. It is distributed at multiple places. It cannot be stored in relational databases and it cannot be managed by relational database management systems. Hello learners and welcome to Constant Learners, and in this video we are discussing big data tools. Okay, now big data analysis is the process of storing, managing and processing large sets of data. See, big data means what? Excessively large data. We learned the 3 V's of data. There we saw that the data is in excessively large volume. The data is coming at a high velocity and the data is in a variety of formats. So big data analysis is the process of storing, managing and analyzing or processing large sets of data which is in very large quantity, which is coming at a very high speed and which is having multiple different formats. And why is this required? Because it helps the businesses to understand the trends, patterns and the users' preferences. And based on these, the businesses can better understand the customers. Okay. What will happen when they will be able to better understand the customers? They will be able to make better decisions. Okay. When they take better decisions, it will help for the growth and profit of their own organizations. Okay, so it is all a cycle. Okay, processing the data, then understanding or identifying the trends and patterns and users' preferences. Based on this, we can understand the customers, and when we can understand the customers, we can make decisions to profit our organization, and then this will help in creating more data. Then again, we will analyze that data, understand the user preferences, again understand the customers, make decisions, and the cycle goes on. Okay, when we discussed big data platforms, we discussed that big data platforms help to analyze large chunks of data. Okay, and this data is in multiple formats. It is coming at a high speed. So we need some platforms that can process this data with high speed and high efficiency. Okay, so data processing must also be fast and it should be efficient. That means there should be no mistakes or limitations in the output. Okay, now when we studied big data analysis, we discussed the process of big data analysis. That included collection of data, then correction or cleaning of the data, then it also included processing of the data. There were multiple steps. I will link the video to both big data analysis and big data platforms in the description below as well as above. Please watch those videos. They are really good and very informative, and it will help you understand whatever we are studying in this video much better. Okay, so to perform all of these steps involved in big data analysis, we need some tools. These tools must be able to analyze large sets of data at a faster speed. Okay, and also be able to accept the unstructured format of data. Okay, so let's get started. Let's see the first tool that can be used to analyze the big data. So first one is the R programming. What is R programming? R programming includes statistical analysis, scientific computing, and data visualization. Okay. Now, what is statistical analysis? Statistical analysis is a way to explore the data, or you can say process the data to understand the latest trends and patterns. Okay, so statistical analysis analyzes the data in such a way that we can understand the latest trends and patterns. Scientific computing, what is scientific computing? Scientific computing is a process of solving complex mathematical problems or complex algorithms. Okay, and create statistics. Okay, R programming is all about statistical analysis, that is creating the statistics so that we can understand the trends and patterns. Okay, and data visualization, it focuses more on visual data representation. Okay, and thus R programming helps to create statistics that can provide clear and precise information. Okay, because it is processing the relevant data, and accurate data collection is focused on. Okay, so it focuses on accurate data collection, and it processes the relevant data to create the or to identify the latest trends and patterns. Okay, the next one is the Apache Hadoop. This is a very famous tool that is used for data processing. Now, as we know, previously the data was stored in structured format. Okay, but when the data grew, it was not possible to continue in that structured format, in that structured tabular format, and RDBMS was not as efficient to process and analyze the data. And then the Hadoop came into existence. Okay, now Hadoop is an open source software framework. Open source means what? Any company can use it. Okay, it is an open source. That means any company can use it. It is not limited to one or two companies. Okay, and it is a framework. Framework means what? It is kind of a template. We can use it as per our needs. Now Hadoop, it uses distributed Hadoop distributed file systems, that is HDFS, and MapReduce. So I have already discussed Hadoop in the previous video in detail. You can visit that video, watch that video. It will clear all your questions about Hadoop, all your doubts about Hadoop, and give you all the detail about how Hadoop functions. Okay, so Hadoop file system and MapReduce, these both are the most important components that are used to process the data that is present in Hadoop clusters. Okay, this is also an important concept, Hadoop clusters. Okay, that is clustering of the data is done here. Okay, and Hadoop has the ability to scale using multiple servers. When you have just one server, the efficiency, the speed of computation is slow. But when you can scale using multiple servers, that means what? There are multiple servers working on the same task. Okay, but the output appears as if it has been given from a single machine, but actually there are multiple servers at work, and thus it reduces the processing time and it increases the efficiency of data analysis. Okay, I hope that these two tools were clear, R programming and Apache Hadoop. Now next one is the MongoDB. This is also a very useful tool for data analysis. This is a document-oriented NoSQL database. NoSQL means what? That it does not use DBMS, or it does not store the data in a structured or tabular format. Okay, so no RDBMS, no structured and no tabular format. But it is very useful to store the data in high volumes. Store, process and analyze high volumes of data. Now, what is document oriented? MongoDB stores the data in the form of key value pairs. Okay, that means there is a key, maybe it can be an ID. It can use any data type like strings or integers or characters. Okay, so it is a key, it is sort of an ID and it has a value. So here in MongoDB, this value stores the document. Okay, it can be an XML document, it can be a text document. Multiple formats can be used to store these documents. Okay, and these documents have all sorts of unstructured format of data. Okay, that means every format is allowed in these documents. It can be PDF, it can be text, it can be numbers, statistics, audio, video, anything. Okay, and there is also a possibility of nested documents. That means inside one document we can have another document, then inside this document we can have another document, and it allows the hierarchical distribution of the documents. Thus it is a very useful tool for storing and processing of big data. Okay, the next tool is Datawrapper. Now Datawrapper is a visualization tool. Okay, it is a data visualization tool that creates charts and maps. Okay, it creates charts and maps, and that is why it was specifically designed for the journalists. We've already discussed that charts and maps give the accurate data. The common charts and maps that Datawrapper provides are bar charts, dot, arrow and scatter plots, then column charts, then line graphs, donut or pie charts, tables, symbols or choropleth maps. The next one is Apache Spark. Now this is a very important tool that is available today because it can work very fast on extremely large data sets. Okay, so Apache Spark is an open source big data analytics tools. Again, open source means what? It can be used by any companies, any businesses to analyze their data. Okay, so Apache Spark is one of the most powerful tool. Okay, because it can compute 100 times faster. This is the most important aspect of Apache Spark. Okay, it can very quickly process very large data sets. All right, now this Apache Spark, it uses cluster computing and it processes data in Hadoop clusters. So Apache Spark allows for two types of computation. One is in-memory computation and the other one is the disk computation. So in-memory computation is 100 times faster and disk computation is 10 times faster. Thus, Apache Spark works very fast. It processes the data very fast. Okay. Now, another important aspect of Spark is that it can use multiple languages. Okay, like Java, Python, Scala, etc. It also has multiple libraries. Thus, it can work very fast. Everything that it needs to process the data is available inside it itself. Okay, it is built in inside it. So it does not need to look around to analyze or process any kind of data. Okay, and these libraries are useful for streaming, for SQL, machine learning, graphs, processing, everything. This platform also allows a great deal of flexibility and versatility. Okay, versatility, it is very versatile. It can accept any format of data and it can give the output. Okay, it is very flexible also. Next one is Tableau. Okay, this is the sixth one. Okay, Tableau is an end-to-end data analytics tool. Now, this is not an open source tool. This is an end-to-end data analytics platform. Okay, and it allows to prep, that is prepare, analyze and collaborate and share your big data insights. Like in an organization, suppose this is an organization, multiple people are working here. Okay, and this big data can be prepared using the Tableau. We can prepare it just the way we like. We can create excellent visual analysis using Tableau. We can combine the data from multiple sources, okay, and we can analyze this data. Everyone in the organization can access this data, okay, and they can ask new questions. Now, after the data has already been analyzed, people can ask questions and further analyze this data, create new insights on this data, and they can easily share those insights across the organization. Okay, so Tableau offers all of these facilities for big data analysis within an organization. All right. So there are multiple other tools also and softwares available for big data analysis. We have discussed 6 of them here. If you have any other questions or if you would like to see any other topics, kindly share them in the comment section below, and I'll definitely come back with a video, or I will definitely answer your questions. And if you like this content, please share it with as many people as you can, and subscribe to the channel. Also give it a thumbs up, and more such amazing content is coming in the future. Thank you so much for watching.